guys. The beautiful Aries Surat Auroras. I showed these in a YouTube short yesterday, and I'll come back to these in a minute, but with Ven here, I wanted to focus on these cables. Look at this. So these are pure silver.
Yes.
And these are brand new release?
Especially this one here, we built especially for the show. If you've seen our cables,
yes.
It looks familiar. It's the 24/5, and we put 4 of those together, so we have 4 times the conductors. And also, I don't know what's the right word. Is it cross interlocking? Like, this also has an effect. It has much less capacitance, and it's like our technician told me. It's like when you do hiking and you have a backpack, a very heavy backpack on your shoulders, and you take it off. That's like something he said. Less capacitance and a much better sound.
So if you didn't see my videos, they actually do measurements, and they show that this design and they keep this spacing exactly perfect makes a difference in the measurements. So those that believe in measurements and LCR, this is a company that believes in it, but also conductor material, pure silver, the best you can do. And also really what people overlook is where you really can get performance benefits is in the connectors. And they do things extremely good with also quality control, where people often don't do a lot, even the big companies, to make sure that connection is sound and you're getting the value of the LCR and the conductor. So yeah, these are amazing. They're not cheap, but what do these run?
It's called the 8005.
8005.
2 times 2.5 meters. It's 75,000 euros retail, so it's around similar price dollars, US dollars.
But you know, there's jewelry that's much more expensive than this that you wear. Nobody even cares about some stuff. I think this is badass.
and we also built the same one in copper version, which is like around 19,000.
Oh, 19,000. Okay, so yeah, just the conductor material alone adds a lot to the cost, because you're talking about a lot of pure silver.
Yeah, what I learned recently is that silver material, pure silver, is 100 times more expensive than copper. So it's not we're filling up our pockets; it's just the material. Pure
material
silver
alone,
is very expensive.
Right? And that's, you can't really control that. So, but if that's what you want, they can make it. Very few companies can do that.
And also, you see here, normally at the older range, the 04 series, the air stopped at the splitter. Here you see we use air from connector to connector, and there's air going directly into the spade or the banana.
Cool. And we even have the cables going to this super tweeter, which I got to show you this. This is an air blade super tweeter. Those that follow my channel saw in Munich the air blade tweeter in the Western Electric Room. This is one using the air blade tweeter, and they're using it for ambience here. This is a killer speaker. I focused on this, or the Aurora. Plenty of videos on this if you haven't watched. I basically was the only one that focused on this speaker 2 years ago at Axpona. Lots of technology, but also looks. And then the impeccable Aries Surat gear. They're not afraid to show you what's under the hood.
And also, if you have a quick look here, we also have an Interconnect now, 4005. We never really built it because it's quite big, but Bob from Worldwide Wholesales asked us, hey, I need something in the same range, because our Interconnect stopped at the 24/5 series.
Okay.
Now we built, especially for him and for the show, a 4005, much bigger clips, and so you have less capacitance, you have bigger distance from the wires. So it's also a very unique built product just for the show here.
Yeah, just assembling these, if you watch my video, it's not easy. The individual strands and keeping these spacers. So there's a lot of work that goes into this. And the quality control, especially on the power cords, takes hundreds of hours. So...
And one thing I forgot, for the 4000, for the 8005, we also have a grounding. Because I know it's quite popular in the US.
Oh yeah, with a lot of
a grounding cable that you can connect into the grounding box or into the amplifier, or if you don't use grounding, then you just take it off.
Okay.
But we know it's quite popular here, so we build it with...
Certain speakers are now doing that, yeah, cool. Yeah, this is awesome. I might as well grab the seat and listen. Oh, you want to?
I'll show you one last thing.
Oh yeah,
let's listen. With the new series, this is just a model. There's nothing in it, no wires. But the interconnect cables, we have an XLR connector that is adjustable 45 degrees.
Oh wow!
Because you know you have very small space behind the system normally, and sometimes the connectors are down, and then the cable is up. So then it's a lot of pressure. So you can go 45 degrees here, 45 on the other side, and even turn it, then you have 180. So it's much more easier to connect your XLR connectors.
And let me just tell you guys, instead of doohickeys at the end of the connectors that add more weight and stress on the connectors, seeing a company care about preserving that connection, to me, is the difference between high-end and the best cable company, in my opinion, versus, you know, fluff. So yeah, great to see that. Let's go ahead and take a look, just to remind people, if you didn't see these spacers and the amount of conductors in here, you can imagine if that's all silver.
And now you see also here the air going from the splitter directly
all the
to
way.
connector. This, for example, was the old series. You see there's no air from this part.
Right.
And
now you've got spacers small enough for that.
Exactly. And we save some space here. Here it needed to be longer, but it's more flexible. So you have more air really from connector to connector.
That's great. Yeah, so you preserve that geometry, which again improves the results. So power cable, and again with a power cable like they make, anybody makes, you want to have this quality of construction and the quality control that they do. All right, great seeing you. Anything else to show? Well, we're going to talk about these next. I'll do that in a separate video. All right, thanks, Finn.
Cheers.